But church needs to go to where people are. It's not enough to preach in church. How do we carry out in the world? That's where Sacred Heart Radio is a very key support for regular parishioners.
It's hard for people to be able to live their faith fully if they don't understand everything, or if they don't hear uplifting stories on a regular basis. And so Sacred Heart Radio is a means by which we're able to carry out the new evangelization.
You know, we started Catholic radio here, Sacred Heart Radio, because we felt that there was just a void, something that was definitely missing. It turned out that there was no Catholic voice at all. And it was very important to get that because it helps correct misunderstandings, explains things about the faith that many people have never known.
You know, Sacred Heart Radio has had the opportunity to reach many people, especially in the area of continuing adult faith formation, so that people can know more and more about their faith, why we believe what we believe, and then hopefully be able to not only live that out in their own lives, but be able to share the truth of our faith.
I see as a pastor, my parishioners use Catholic radio in a couple different ways. One of them is as a catechetical tool. They learn so much that they don't know. They sometimes come to me with things from Catholic radio and they say, is this really true? And I say, well, yes, it is.
Oftentimes I run into people who've always been Catholic, but then they'll say, you know, I was listening to Sacred Heart Radio and I heard something. And they'll be so surprised that they could be Catholic for decades and not have known that.
I would not be the Catholic I am today without Catholic radio. It was in 1999 that I was coming back more fully into my Catholic faith, because I had been going to the Catholic Church forever, but it wasn't really part of my heart. And so I was going to a Bible study that was a non-denominational Bible study and was doing so much in it that I was becoming more not Catholic than Catholic. I was kind of like in between Catholic and not Catholic, and I couldn't figure out for sure what I was. But after listening to Scott Hahn and what he had to say, and then the Catholic Answers program that was on, they would call in and have questions about the Catholic faith, and I would learn that a lot of things that I had learned were not correct. And so that for me has been the most valuable thing, is to learn what the correct teachings of the church are and how it can help me and in my life, and then how I can go out and help other people, other Catholics that are doing the same thing I was doing.
At Sacred Heart Radio, it's a great blessing because we have so many different opportunities for programming, whether it be apologetics, news, daily mass, rosary, call-in shows, 8 to 10 hours of live programming every day.
It's easy to get caught up in all the things we have to do during the day, taking care of family, working, driving. But when I turn on the radio, I get my sense of peace. I can hear God's voice speaking through the radio. It really reminds me of why I'm here and that Jesus is with me as I go about my day.
So many of our people in the urban area spend a lot of time in the car due to traffic here in the Seattle area. But even in Eastern Washington, there are huge distances between towns. We spend a lot of time in our car, and really radio is perhaps one of the best evangelization efforts.
I love the fact that oftentimes we hear from people who say, I found the radio because I saw a bumper sticker. And the beauty of that is you're driving along, thinking your thoughts of the day, and you see one of these red and white bumper stickers and they're striking, and you are sitting in a soundproof booth, completely, totally private. Nobody knows what you're listening to. You can check out Catholic radio even if you've never been interested in Catholicism, even if the people around you wouldn't really approve that you're listening to it. It's a beautiful thing. Radio is an intimate medium.
It's been very helpful for me throughout the years to listen to Sacred Heart Radio while I'm driving, not only because it keeps me focused on driving better and maybe with better manners in a more Christian way, but also because I get to learn more about my faith.
The one thing that makes Catholic radio important is that in the midst of a lot of media options, we have one spot where folks can go to get the truth of church teaching and of just where the Catholic Church is in the world today.
I think it's important to use any means that we have accessible, and this is what the Holy Fathers told us as well, just in the context of new evangelization, that we have to kind of meet people where they're at so that the information of the church and resources for people are more and more accessible.
Catholic radio is really a missionary. It's a missionary endeavor, and it's spreading the word in ways that I can't as one person wearing a collar in this society. Catholic radio is reaching places that nobody else can.